Hey there, welcome to Craft Central Designs. I have a very cute heart flower Valentine's Day decor piece for you today. I made this one with the foam heart from the Dollar Tree, a mason jar, a wood dowel that I painted with tiny polka dots, scrapbook paper that I made into a leaf for my flower, some small red flowers that I covered the foam heart with, and pretty Valentine's Day ribbons. I love this one, and I hope you do as well. And I hope you feel inspired to make one for your home or for perhaps at a Valentine's Day party table. Please remember to subscribe if you enjoy this tutorial, if you are not currently. And please give this video a thumbs up as well if you enjoy the content. Let me know in the comments what you think of this one. This one can be made entirely from Dollar Tree items with the exception of the piece of scrapbook paper, which you could improvise using some other material. Okay, let me show you how I created this Valentine's Day flower. I have here the foam Valentine's Day heart from the Dollar Tree. I have here a dowel. I believe that's a 1/4-inch dowel. Now, sometimes you can find dowels at the Dollar Tree. This one only has to be 13 inches long, and occasionally you can find dowels that long there at the Dollar Tree. Now, I have 2 bushes of very small bloom red flowers. Doesn't matter what they are, they just need to be very small blooms. They do have something that you could use to do this heart at the Dollar Tree. I have a mason jar. They have mason jars at the Dollar Tree. I have some fabric there, but no need to think about that because I ended up not using it. I do have some paint. I have a green that's going to match the leaf that I'm going to create with my scrapbook paper, which that is the scrapbook paper right there. It's a print. It's leaves and flowers. Can't really see it well there, but I'm using a print scrapbook paper. Now, you could improvise on that scrapbook paper and find something that would suffice for that. You'll need the regular crafting tools, of course. Scissors, hot glue gun, paintbrushes. Now, I'm going to take a small Phillips head screwdriver and just put a hole up into that foam heart, and I'm going to stick a piece of dowel up in there, and this will help me to hold on to it while I paint it. Now, the dowel that you're going to use to create the height for the flower, I used a 13-inch dowel for my heart. So I went about painting my heart because I didn't want any of that white foam heart to show through my flowers, even though I created a very dense blanket of flowers all over the heart. I just wanted to be sure no white was showing through. So the first thing I did was I snipped off all of my blooms for my heart that I needed to cover the heart. I only did 1 bush at a time because I wasn't sure how many of these little blooms it was going to take to cover the heart. But as it turned out, I used 2 full bushes of little red flowers. Now, like I said, you could find these at the Dollar Tree. They do have a small red bloom heart, flower, very similar to the ones that I used here. Now, I started out putting my hot glue on the bottom of each bloom, and I realized I'm going to be here forever if I do it like that. So I came up with another plan. I started putting a dab of glue right on the heart, and then I popped the flower right in the dab of glue. I actually did the majority of this heart with the heart on my lap. I had my hot glue gun in one hand, and I was popping my flowers on with the other. So I actually was able to accomplish covering this heart rather quickly doing it that way. So I'm showing you here that I have half of my heart done, and now I'm going to do the other half. I found that one bush covered half of the heart, and I had to go ahead. I had a few left over, but for the most part, I'm going to say that you need 2 full bushes of blooms. Now, I'm not sure how large the bushes are compared to the bush that I got from Hobby Lobby. You'll have to kind of eyeball what you see at the Dollar Tree and try and guesstimate how much you're going to need to cover that if it's not a good, good sized bush. I painted my dowel with the same green of my scrapbook paper. Now I'm going to cut out a leaf. You could do this in any shape you like. Mine was about 6 inches long and about 3 inches wide. I cut out 2 of those. And I'm going to place the wrong sides together, and I'm going to glue that. This will give it some strength or some stiffness. But in addition to that, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to put a pipe cleaner going right down the center of one of those sides of the leaves. Now, this is going to enable me, once I have that leaf glued to my dowel or my flower stem, if you will, I am going to be able to give that leaf a little bit of a curve, and that's going to look very cute on the piece. So I'm going to sandwich that pipe cleaner in between my 2 leaves. I only need to glue it to one side. That will be sufficient. Now I'm going to go around the edges of my leaf and just put a fine stream of glue along the edges. And then I'm going to place my other leaf right on top of that. Press it down. And now I have a pretty leaf, which, by the way, as I mentioned, has a pattern on it. This heart flower is going to be very whimsical and cute. I am putting polka dots on my flower stem. Yes, it's going to be super cute. I love the touches, the little extra touches. I love detail. I know that you've heard this before from me if you follow my channel. All those little extra touches make a difference. You're going to see me later take my scallop scissors up. I'm doing it right now. Taking my scallop scissors, and I'm not quite yet. I'm going to be using those were my scallop scissors. They're not. I'm going to be using my scalloping scissors, my crafting scissors, to go around the edges of that leaf, and I'm going to create a very nice finish on the edges of my leaf. Remember, details, little touches. Look how pretty that foam heart looks now. Quite a transformation from what it was when I purchased it in the Dollar Tree. Now, some people might call this a topiary, I guess. For me, I just think of it as a big, fun, whimsical heart flower. So that's what I'm calling it. I'm going to create a small 4-loop bow. I want to say my loops are around 8 inches. And I'm going to create that bow in the same manner that I always do, folding over my loops, pinching it in the center, holding it firmly in the center with my fingers. Now I'm going to wrap a pipe cleaner around there, twist it a couple times in the back to hold my loops together. You can create a bow in whatever fashion that you like. If you would like to learn to make bows like I do, check out my playlist. I have multiple tutorials. So I created a center loop going right down the center of my little bow. And I took my pipe cleaner from around the back, brought it right through that center loop to hold that. Now I'm going to take my tail from the top, pop it right through the center loop, pull it down, marry it up with my tails on the bottom. I left around, I want to say, 5 inches of ribbon for my tails. And I do shorten that up later on, but I always would rather have my tails longer and then trim them off than have them too short. I'm going to be placing that bow right at the base of the heart. I'm going to open up my pipe cleaners This is all such an easy project, all so easy to do. Then I'm going to place it at the base of my heart. Then I'm going to go around the back and further secure it by wrapping those pipe cleaners that I used to secure all the loops of my bow. Tighten it up in the back by twisting and cut off the excess. Looking so cute already. That ribbon, I believe that I had gotten that at Michael's, but Dollar Tree has plenty of ribbon. If you use the 2.5 inch, just do 2 loops because it's a wider ribbon. You could also use more narrow ribbons. You won't have quite the same effect, but try and use a 1.5 inch. That really works the best. Dollar Tree does have a lot of ribbons, so you could improvise and make that work with Dollar Tree ribbons if you don't want to go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Now I'm trying my leaf out for size here. I like the fact that I have a nice big leaf that I created for this piece. Now I am scalloping the edges. Wait, do you see how cute this is? I just think the pipe cleaner down the center was a really good idea, if I do say so myself, because now I'm going to be able to curve that leaf and make it look, really cute on that piece. So I went around the very tips of my leaf and I just scalloped the edges of my leaf. Look how cute that looks. Now all I'm going to do is hot glue that right to my wood dowel, otherwise known as my stem. I'm going to place that a little bit down from my bow. I want to say about 3 to 4 inches. I'm going to place some hot glue right there on the end of my leaf. I'm going to place it around my dowel. Hold it there to be sure it's secure. And then whenever I already have I've kind of put my curve on my leaf, you can see there, look how cute that looks. All right, so now we have the heart flower, the ribbon bow, a leaf, and we're working our way down the flower now. I have a mason jar here, which I had previously used for some other project because it's painted white. I put a piece of floral foam in there, which you can purchase at the Dollar Tree, and I put a few glass pebbles in there. They have those at the Dollar Tree as well. And I'm going to take some Snow White Waverly chalk paint, and I'm just going to repaint that mason jar. I gave it a couple of coats so it would look really nice and white. I'm not going to distress it. That's up to you if you like that look. But I did want my jar nice and white to go with all of the ribbons and embellishments on my heart flower. I also have a few little hearts. One is a little bit bigger than the others, which is going to go right in the center of my bow. They have these hearts at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to go ahead and paint my hearts red. I use the Crafters Collection paints from Hobby Lobby. I really like their acrylic paints, and that's in the color red. They don't give their paints fancy names. It's just called red. Now, I took a little, this is, I'm not even sure what this is. It's kind of a stake or something, but you could use the tip of a paintbrush, dip it in your paint. I'm using Snow White Waverly here, and I am putting polka dots all over the stem of my flower. Oh my gosh, I love the way this looks. I think this was such a cute touch on this very whimsical Valentine's Day flower. So I did the whole stem. Now I have some Snowball tulle. I'm going to be adding this to my bow that I'm going to be placing on the upper left-hand side of my mason jar. Now, of course, we have to have a fabulous bow for our piece that's going to be holding the flower. I just cut some strips of this Snowball tool. I cut the strips about a 1/2 inch wide. They don't have to be perfectly straight, or, you can cut them in whatever widths that you like. But I love the look of Snowball tulle in a bow. As you may recall, I put that in my messy bow that I used for my bow on my beautiful Valentine's Day heart sign that I did recently in a video. So I'm adding it to this bow as well. I'm cutting off just about 4 strips at about, I want to say, a 1/2 inch wide. And I'm just going to create those in shape them in little bows, just like I do for all of my ribbons. And I'm just going to add those, or kind of layer those into the bow. And this is going to add such a cute touch to this piece. Now, if you don't have the Snowball tool, you could use regular tulle as well. If you have any tulle that has maybe some little sparkles in it, that would also look awesome if you had that in white. I also have some red Snowball tulle, and I just now thinking of that because I could have added that in as well. That would have been really cute. Okay, so I do want to put something around the top of the jar to dress it up. So I just chose one of my ribbons. Now, Dollar Tree has a lot of Valentine's Day ribbons. They have a lot of narrow Valentine's Day ribbons. So there's no lack of ribbons to choose from if you want to stay at doing all of your shopping at the Dollar Tree. This particular ribbon, some of them are from the Dollar Tree, some are from Hobby Lobby. So I just mixed mine up. I have a polka dot. I have a couple of different ones with hearts on them. Yeah, I just wanted to mix up my ribbons. I believe I used 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I used about 4 or 5 different narrow ribbons. And then I inserted my little tulle ribbons, if you will. That one right there is from the Dollar Tree, one of my very favorite Valentine's Day ribbons. I'm just going to create some figure 8 bows. For the most part, that's how I created all of my little bows. And I'm creating them individually, then I'm going to stack them and unite them into one very cute, very pretty bow. I'm not going to have a center loop on this because I'm going to be placing that heart that I was painting before. That's going to go right in the center, and it's going to further embellish this very cute Valentine's Day decor piece. Now, I'm thinking this could be so cute for a Valentine's Day party table. What do you think? I'm just thinking it would be adorable. Maybe one at each end or one in the center. You could use this for any type of Valentine's Day decoration. No matter how you're decorating, it would be a cute addition. Whether it's on your desk or if it's on your kitchen counter or your mantle, wherever. This is absolutely adorable. Okay, so I am going to start stacking my bows. Now, some of them were just a little bit wider than the others. I put the widest ribbons on the bottom. Now, what I wrapped all of my ribbons, I neglected to say, when I wrapped all of my bows with a very fine wire that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. I love their floral wire. I pick it up every time I see it because sometimes they don't have it. It's a 26 gauge and it's very, very fine wire. So it's great for using to make little bows with. Okay, once I get them all together, I'm going to take a piece of wire, wrap it around, pull it very tightly, make sure my centers of my bows are all lined up. I twist it in the back, cut it off. It's just going to be hot glued to the jar. Do you see how that Snowball tool added something to this piece? Or to this bow? I think this is very cute. Now I'm going to be popping that red heart. Now I chose the wood red heart that had a little bit of visual interest. It wasn't just a plain heart, but you could use a plain heart. This is just what I chose to use. And there's that heart. And again, as I mentioned, very easy to find these at the Dollar Tree. They have all different shaped wood hearts. All it takes is a little imagination as to how to use them in your holiday decor. So I popped my heart right in the center. Of course, I didn't put it straight in the center because you know me. If you follow my channel, I tilted it just a little bit. Now I am going to go about trimming up my tails, more so when I get it on the piece, but I'm going to be adding to my tails. You see I have those 3 little very, very small hearts there on the table. 2 of them are hollow, 1 of them is not. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with those. First, I'm going to wrap the top of my mason jar. Just choose any ribbon that you like. I find the more narrow ones fit well into the grooves of that jar at the top. And I'm going to create my seam for my ribbons in the back. I'm not going to be using the side of the jar that says ball. I'm going to be using the other side that has the little design on it. If you know mason jars, you know what I'm talking about. This is actually a mason jar. I know they have the same jars, same shape jars at the Dollar Tree. I couldn't tell you if they're actually mason or not, but they are the same jars, the same size, the same look. Just paint them up and they'll look the same. So now I have my little ribbon secured at the top. As you can see, this piece is pretty quick and pretty easy to create. I think if you were going to make a couple of these, you could do it kind of in an assembly line kind of manner, if you will. And you could have 2 very cute pieces for your Valentine's Day party table. Okay, so I put some glue on the back of there. Very simple. I'm just going to glue it right to the ribbon. And that is going to be dressing up that mason jar very beautifully. I am going to go around now at this point and trim up my tails. I do angle them. And I do leave them rather long. But you do you, however you want yours. If your ribbons aren't laying exactly the way you want them, just use a little hot glue, dab here and there, just to have them sit exactly the way you want them. I always do that. Now I'm going to be using my little hearts as kind of like heart charms, if you will. I'm just going to be placing a dab of glue on 3 of those little ribbons that I pick out to place my little hearts on. And it's just going to dress up, just a little added little touch on there. Just a little extra pizzazz to our little Valentine's Day decoration. Okay, now here's our little hearts. Now I just put them on the tails of my ribbons. So they're kind of like charms hanging down. I don't know how else to describe it. But I'm just going to place them on there. And notice how I have them kind of poking off the sides of the ribbons. And I tilt them Hot glue will hold this, of course. You're talking about they weigh absolutely nothing, so they'll sit on there very nicely with hot glue. So I put all three on, and I think that was a cute touch on this piece. Now I have another cute touch. It's going to be the finishing touch. I picked up some white paper shreds from the gift wrap department at the Dollar Tree. And after I insert my wood flower, or my wood flower, good heavens, my heart flower with the wood dowel. Yes, that's what I meant to say. Heavens, my goodness. Okay, after I do that, I'm going to put in the paper shreds, and that is going to be the beautiful finishing touch of this piece, and oh so cute. And there you have it, the paper shreds popping out the top. Look how cute that is. I used a little bit of hot glue to put on the base of my dowel. I poked it down into the floral foam inside the mason jar. And this is my finished piece. I love it. Let me know what you think of this one. Okay, let me know in the comments what you think of this one. I really love this one. I think it's just super, super cute. Look at the polka dot stem. Okay, if you're not currently a subscriber and you enjoy this tutorial, please consider subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up, and I look forward to your comments. Upcoming is a beautiful Valentine's Day wreath. Okay, until next time, you all take care.